Hello, friends. James Stevenson back with another episode of Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today? Once again, it is the person hiding behind the fake name Grant Belden. So I'll run the Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today sizzle in honor of whoever, I don't know who, is hiding behind the fake name Grant Belden. I'll check in with my co host Loki, who is curled up in bed sleeping, before showing you this post from Grant Belden, who I had blocked, so I only see his tweets when somebody else points them out to me, as happened in this case. I blocked him. I'll tell you the story really fast, because I was pointing out one day that only Tesla Q short sellers use the expressions structurally bankrupt or structurally unprofitable, and they only use them when referring to Tesla. You can Google it and find that that's the case. Those phrases are only ever used by Tesla Q talking about Tesla. They pretend that those are real business terms. This character replied to me saying, "Oh, yes, they are real business terms, and here's a $70 textbook you ought to read that will explain to you the difference between those two nuanced but important business terms." I got a copy of that textbook, and I did a find search on it for the expressions structurally unprofitable and structurally bankrupt, and found that neither of them appear anywhere in the textbook this guy told me I ought to read to become familiar with the important business terms, structurally unprofitable and structurally bankrupt, that were somehow never covered during my undergraduate or postgraduate business education. What's this tweet say? How can institutional investors vote in favor of a $50 billion CEO comp package? Well, let me address this point before I keep going. It's not a $50 billion comp package. Maybe you've heard it that way. Maybe you've seen the information in the headlines. Is Tesla going to have to pay Elon Musk $50 billion? No, they aren't. If this comp package is approved, it has been expensed already. It was expensed over the years that Elon was earning progress towards the 12 maximum allowable tranches of the plan. There were 16 enumerated, and Elon achieved 12 of the 16 over the first 4 years of that 2018 CEO Performance Award, which was a 10-year plan. He got as much compensation earned out of that plan as was possible over the first 4 of those 10 years, right? So Tesla has already expensed the non-cash compensation expense for this CEO comp plan, and it wasn't $50 billion, friends. It was $2.283 billion. All that's left is for the shareholders to reauthorize it after a Delaware judge decided to rescind the plan, believing that she knows better than the board of directors for Tesla and the shareholders of Tesla how much compensation is fair for Elon Musk. She thought it was too much compensation. If the plan is approved and if Elon is permitted to exercise his stock options, he'll be paying Tesla $7.1 billion worth of cash that they're going to take onto their balance sheet in exchange for the new share issuance. Some claim will be valued at $50 billion, and then he'll have to sell more than half of it to pay the taxes he owes immediately to the U.S. federal government and to the state of California, and to have enough money to give to Tesla to buy all those shares. So he'll end up with, I don't know, maybe 40% of those shares in the Elon Musk fund, the trust, or whatever the name of it is, the Musk Family Trust, where all of his shares are held. Okay. How can institutional investors vote in favor of this comp package when the stock is down over 50% from its peak? Look at these weasel words here, from its peak. Yeah, as though everyone who owns Tesla shares bought at the peak on November 4th of 2021, right? This is how the short sellers would like for you to think about Tesla relative to the peak value, not relative to the value at plan inception, which was, less than 10% of the current value. Elon Musk 20x'd the stock, and then it came down 50% from there to only a 10x, right? The relevant figure isn't the all-time high. The relevant figure is where the stock was trading in March of 2018 when this stock plan was originally approved by the board of directors and by 71% of shareholders, excluding Elon Musk and Kimball Musk, who recused themselves from the voting. 20% of the company has just been fired. In most years, Tesla does layoffs. This is one of the years that represent the majority of the years when Tesla does layoffs. Every time it happens, the short sellers say it's the end of Tesla. Other companies that don't do layoffs file bankruptcy every year because they can't figure out how to make EVs profitably. And 3, what's the third point in this short seller's thesis for why you should vote against Elon's stock compensation? The CEO is under criminal investigation for wire fraud. All right, well, a lot of companies are under investigation a lot of the time. The more successful you are as a company, the likelier you are to be sued, and the likelier you are to be investigated by various branches of the government. Oh, and also, the more people short your stock, the likelier you are to be under criminal investigation due to those short sellers recommending that the authorities investigate these companies for charges that they half the time just make up and hope will stick. All right, so that's my video. Just this one little tweet here with a question mark at the end. Here's the question I have for you. If the people shorting Tesla stock want this compensation agreement to be voted against, what does that tell you? What does it tell you when the people who hate this company and want to see it fail are wishing for shareholders to vote against this stock compensation plan for Elon Musk? What's that tell you? That's my video for today. So we'll check back in with Loki, who is curled up in bed sleeping. And I'll outro by reminding you to like the video if you like the video, and to make sure you're subscribed and following me. And I appreciate support from everyone who has supported me via Patreon or X or YouTube, as my executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com did. Thank you both, and see you in the next one.